taking a minute, spinny wheel, but I think we're live. How's everybody doing out there? It's Sonia here. Matt was about to join me, and all of a sudden, everybody seemed to show up. So he's manning the front of the shop. I just looked out, and there's like 5 cars out there. They just all showed up at once, which is wonderful. But I'll probably make this live quick, just in case somebody's out there making a beat-up bracelet, and they might need my assistance. So just want to pop on. I haven't been live the last few days. I actually filmed the video yesterday, and yeah, so that should come up on my channel here in the next day or so. I'll show you what I was working on and what I've been up to. How was your July the 4th? Hopefully it was a relaxing, just a good time, safe, healthy. Did you do anything? Did you get to the forest? Me and Matt took a walk, and we went over to a place. It is called Winter Fresh, Wintergreen. I'm sorry, Wintergreen. I always think of the toothpaste. Nancy, how are you? Thanks for saying hello. So my favorite toothpaste is a Canadian Colgate. You're like, why are you saying this? Because literally this is how my brain thinks. I associate things with things. Yeah, in Canada, there is a Colgate brand of toothpaste, and it's called Wintergreen. And you can't get it here in the US. I've tried, I've looked, nothing is the same. In fact, my sister came to visit me just 6, 8 weeks back, and she's like, what do you want? And I'm like, I need some of my favorite toothpaste. And so she brought some down. So I found this place in Erie, and it's called Wintergreen Gorge. And yeah, so I always associate it with the toothpaste. Matt's like, where? I'm like, just like the Canadian toothpaste. We're going to, except it's not Colgate. This place was filled with waterfalls. And if you watch my video that comes out later, you'll see it. I'll post some pictures within it. But oh my goodness, it had, it's a gorge, but it's also along a river. And so as you walk literally upstream, you can enjoy yourself in the cold, refreshing river. There are rope swings. I did see that. And just all these places that, kids, families, there were places that were vacant. So you could have like a prime spot. I was just thinking about how nice it would be if I had had my, my beach shoes, my wet shoes, to be able to go and wade and then sit in those bathtubs of just cold water current. Oh my gosh, it was wonderful. Hey, Lavona, how are you? Remind me where you're watching from. What part are you watching from? I'm, of course, these days find myself up in Lake Erie, and I'm literally pretty much minutes from the entrance to the Presque Isle State Park. Yeah, just minutes away from Lake Erie. Yesterday, I took a walk down, and there's a big park behind me. It's called Scott Park. And I took an hour-long walk, and it goes right down next to the lake. It was wonderful just to be able to leave here on a lunch break and be like, you know what? Instead of working on the treadmill today at the gym, I'm just going to walk from the shop and straight down to the lake, and just the trails. I feel like I visited a lot. I've traveled a lot across the country. I've seen almost every state now, and you know, from Canada as well to the U.S., and I've just seen a lot. And we love to travel, but the Lake Erie area has such much like beautiful nature spaces. It's just gorgeous. There's so much, and of course, points for being in the water. Look, I found these really cool. They are rings, literally rings. The funny thing is, I have like a ring like this, and it's Pandora. Do you have this one too? But anyhow, these are, of course, just mixed metal. I need some caffeine. Excuse me for a moment. Tennessee, that's where you are. Oh wow, be safe. Cheryl says that they were evacuated due to a fire. Oh my goodness, when will you be able to go back? How's everything with your community? So I picked up these rings, and I thought these are going to make the most amazing jewelry bits. You know how, kind of like what I did down here with my mermaid key, and I hung it off a heart. And I was just really thinking about how cool it would be with these little pieces that, you could do a choker and you could hang something off of it, or longer. But these little rings right here, I think they're going to be so fun to design with. So fun. So I picked those up. I'll show you what I've been working on. A couple things actually. But most importantly, I want to pop on and say hello, see how you guys were doing. Say hello because I know I heard from you and you're like, we missed your live. I'm still here. I've just been really pacing myself and enjoying this holiday weekend. And yeah, just took a little bit of time off, and it was really nice. We were closed on July 4th. There may be, I can count on one hand the amount of days that we are closed during a year. So I was just ready to take some time off and just, have that day to ourselves to go and do what we wanted. It was wonderful. No expectation to be anywhere. So this is what I've been working on. I started these yesterday, finished them off this morning. We were open yesterday really late. We had an event last night for New Moon. It was really nice. And so I worked on my jewelry while I was kind of talking with customers, finished these out. They have a lot of dangles. I decided to turn them into charm bracelets. Pam says, loving your newest venture into beads. I'm having a lot of fun. I posted earlier today and I said, if I'm not thrifting, I'm painting. If I'm not painting, I'm making jewelry. And that's pretty much the wheelhouse that I find myself these days. And I love it, right? So it just feels so good. So something exciting to tell you guys about is that I am going to begin doing kits on my Etsy. I'm going to be selling them in my shop. So if you're near Lake Erie, you can pop in and get one as I start to build them. We'll build them together. But I'm also going to put them on my Etsy. So that way, for those of you that want to make your own jewelry and you've been messaging me, you know what I'm going to do? Because we have over 500 beads right now. We started into this bead venture. Yes, the bead program in the last, 6 weeks or so. And every day, like yesterday, I kid you not, at one point, we had, oh my gosh, 8 bracelets being made at one time. So it's just really popular. People love making their own bracelets and doing their own thing. Look at this one. I love this one. This one has a little rose onto it. So sweet. So this is what I've been making. I'll show you this. But with this one right now, I think what I'm going to do is kick off my kits with this particular one. So you'll get everything that you need, including the wire, because you're going to need some good wire for this. You'll get your toggle and you'll get like a variety of charms. So I have a ton of charms that I have been collecting. If you could see the mess all around me, there's a lot. Ain't no mess. It's all nothing but fun, right? Thanks, Cheryl. I appreciate that. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, so basically you get a bunch of charms, and it might be, for example, an owl and a tree, but I'll show you what you get, and everyone will be different. You can pick maybe it, like this one's definitely more sea oriented because it has the seahorse. I thought I heard somebody coming. Did you hear somebody come in? Could be just a ghost. We don't know. Oh my gosh. I met the most amazing woman a little bit ago. When you have a store, you just never know who you're going to meet. This lady came in, she popped in randomly, and she's from the Midwest. Where'd she tell me she was from? Oh my goodness. Is it Missouri? It might be out that way. I'll double check with Matt if he pops in. But she was telling us she just popped in randomly and she's traveling up the East Coast to Vermont because she pet sits around the country. I kid you not. So this lady traveling by herself, she said her kids are grown now and they're grown and doing her own thing, and this is what she's doing now is she's on some sort of service or an app. She told me what it was, but basically she picks up jobs around the country to pet sit at people's homes. And now she's going up for a month in Vermont because when you do have animals and you try to travel, it's hard, right? And you want to have somebody who's trustworthy. So yeah, so she's built a little reputation for herself. And oh my gosh, I said, how long do you get to go up? She's like, well, I have 2 gigs and I'll be up there a month total. And so she's now going to explore the East Coast for the summer. How amazing is that, right? I was just watching something the other day that you can do this thing that you can travel. I forget what it's called, like Camp Host or something like that, where you can literally sign up for this program, this service, this app, this sort of registration, where you can camp for free around the country as long as you agree to do responsibilities as camp host, or maybe you could be checking somebody in, that's arriving late at night, and you're going to be the person you're basically going to be the point of contact. You could be licking envelopes. I don't know, for the next people who are pulling in the campsite, assembling packages, anything. But in exchange for the work that you do, you get to stay for free. And I'm like, that is so fascinating. So I kind of went down the rabbit hole of that. But when this lady came in today, I had no idea that, I think about locally because I know people who pet sit locally in the city here of Erie. And, but no, she goes across the country. How amazing is that? Tell me if you think that's so cool. I was like, you go, girl. That is so wonderful. So she bought a book and had a nice conversation and was just kind of, asking about the points of interest around the area. So yeah, she's out living her best life. You know, it's wonderful. This one has a butterfly. This one has an owl. It all started because I had this set of charms that have these really pretty, like, resin in the center, right? And so I'm like, okay, I'll build around that. And then it had this little fleck of like warmth inside of it, like a foil, gold foil. And I'm like, well, I have these beautiful vintage amber color beads. And then I have the black ones, and they're all faceted, so they like pick up the light. They're so pretty. And I'm like, let's make some danglies. So they're all different with all different things. They have a key on it, of course. Pam says, sounds like a great gig. I know, man. I don't know. There's so many ways to make a living nowadays, in what will be considered, just, I guess, what's the word? You know, the usual expectations, right? Like there are so many people just doing what they want to do in their own way. So I thought that was so neat. It is really neat to meet people that come into a store, because every day you meet people, and if you take the time, like, you hear really cool stories about who they are, why they're here, what they're up to. So, or maybe something that they created or produced themselves, authors, and just, anyway, non-traditional. That's it. Yes, exactly. Non-traditional ways. Boy, this is making me feel like this would be so cool as a necklace too, wouldn't it? Oh my gosh. So I have these four. Now what I'm going to do is take the time to, I always lay them out next to my little yardstick here, my handy dandy yardstick. And of course, if you come in store, you can try them on, right? It's easy peasy. But when I put them online, I put them next to the yardstick so people can get an idea of how big their wrists are. I think that's a good thing to do if you're somebody who's selling jewelry. So I'm going to take pictures. I'm going to put these up. I'm going to tag them. I actually just tagged the mermaids and the moons with the wrapped sea glass that I just did. I just got those out because they were waiting to get out. So I just put those out there, and yeah, fun to keep making and creating and adding. And I'll show you, this is something I'm going to be working on maybe even tomorrow. We'll see. But I do have some of my clay pendants ready, so I want to share them with you. These are ones that I made here. And what I did was design them. They all have my initials stamped on the back, right here somewhere. Somewhere right there. You can see it, SM. And what I did was, well, they're all done really, really different. But I put a hole at the top and a hole at the bottom of the moon's face. And I'm really thinking about how cool it would be to, hey, Angie, how are ya? So nice to see ya. How's your day going? I'm live at a different time today, so I'm catching a whole new crew. But yeah, I made these clay pendants, and I'm thinking, how cool would they be to, you can see the hole at the top, hole at the bottom there. And then to be able to, like, loop in from the top, but also loop in from the bottom some really cool things, whether I want to hang pearls or some really cool, bits and pieces. And I made a couple different sizes. So I wanted to kind of, this is a bigger guy. So he's really gonna be a focal point. He's a big, big moon. But that's what I've been up to. So that's my next batch of my experimental necklace creations. I sold 2 moons. Actually, you guys know the last live I did, I think I showed you actually 3 moons would be today. The blue moons that I did the other day. I'm very moon oriented. I love that. very drawn to the moon. And they were pre-made ones. We strung them together. They like three of them already found homes. You know. Oh, you did? Oh, hope everything's going well for you. Are you still doing jewelry over there, Angie? But anyway, I love that. Whatnot's been sending me messages like, "We want you back." And anyway, it's nice to be wanted. What can I say? But I've been thinking about doing another sale on Whatnot. We'll see. We'll see. Life is busy right now, so just keep swimming, right? But you might see me on there. I just, it takes a bit to get a Whatnot sale ready for me. So, and I have a store here where people are always looking at my stuff. So it takes a little bit of extra to get prepared and pull things and all that stuff. You know how it goes. Such is life. Such is life. And I kind of have like some are done a little like goldish silver. I love gold. And some are a little more, yeah, just gold and silver. So I was thinking about making those into things and putting them up on my Etsy, maybe making them as party kits as well. And like I said, these were the last four I just made. So with that, let you know that these will be on my Etsy today. These lovely amber, gorgeous bits and bobs and all the funness. Everyone is different. Love that. And but today I'm going to start making kits. So before I put, like for example, these have been out on my floor. So when I make and create, I just go out and pick a bunch and then come back and be like, okay, what do I want to work with today, right? Am I inspired by a pendant? I feel a breeze coming in through the side door and it feels so good right now. Yes, jewelry, very nice. It's really fun. So this right here is yeah, all these beautiful glowy glass and clear dishes make the most beautiful displays for jewelry. It's very much like eye candy. It's a sundae of sorts, but except it's all with beads. So before I put this back on my floor, I think what I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm going to maybe I'll try like just a couple kits, like literally 2 or 3 kits. I should have enough for that. And with my black of what I got left. So you would get everything that you need. So you get your vintage beads. You would get your clasp. You would get your wire. You would get your jump rings. All the charms that would go with it. And honestly, I think what I'm going to do is write up a little instruction, but I filmed the video of making it. So it'll come out in my next video, which will be probably today or tomorrow. So if you wanted to see me make it, you could see me make it. But then if you have the kit, you can make your own. You know what I mean? So I think that would be so, so fun. So all you would need is your tools, really. You just need, this is a it's a baby. What do you got? Set of pliers. But, just go get a little kit. So they don't even have to be full-size tools. But I think, yes, I will, Cheryl. I sure will. I just got a load of supplies and that I need to be like additional wires and things like that. I am going to be selling the full packs of like if you got a full pack, this one's empty because I've used it all. But this is how it would normally come, right, when you buy it. But I'm going to be able to sell those packs as well as the little kits and all that sort of stuff. So watch every day because I'll be adding things to it. I'm just having a lot of fun. And honestly, the beading has just given me new life and I love it. I love making and creating. People love jewelry for themselves. It's fun. It's your personality, right? Make it live and we can make it. That would be so cool. So we will, let's just make it happen. So what we should do is like pinpoint some really special special kits because I've got some really, really fun, unique beads and I can make some kits up and then we can have a day in the future. Like you have time to get your kit and we can hang out live and do that. I love that idea. I think that's brilliant. So we will make that happen. So that's kind of where I am today. But yeah, we're open for a few more hours and then I think I'm going to get out. I might want to do a little more beach glass collecting. I was just talking to somebody today who's actually from this area and who spent a lot of time on Lake Erie, not just in the summer, but also in the winter. And they told me that you can find so much beach glass, even in the winter. And obviously there's less people collecting it, but the water just will throw up literally. See, the glass is lighter, so it kind of like you can be there at the edge of Lake Erie. I kid you not. And there's like a roll of the waves going on and they're splashing. And the glass pieces are so light that when that wave crashes, it will throw. Like sometimes you'll be there and you will catch a piece of glass go right over your shoulder and you're like, holy smokes, look at that. That just came up, right? And so in the winter, I'm told that the same thing happens because, you know, you have all the rough water. And then, but when it hits the actual shoreline and you've got, you know, your ice and your ice pans and all that sort of stuff, it will just literally fling it up and you can see it in the snow. I can't wait. So that was good news because, you know, I really enjoy getting out. We've been getting our steps in every day and more besides. It does feel good to get out and to walk and to just kind of hunt and give yourself something to do. You know, it's nice to have a hobby that there's multiple benefits from, especially if you like it. Oh, I hear a bunch of people heading into the front door. So with that, I should probably touch base with Matt, see if he needs any assistance or if anybody's making jewelry and that sort of thing. It's a little later in the day. So this is when I find like later in the day, people go inside and they just want to sit down and they want to build and make their own jewelry. So it's about that time. Oh, very nice. Well, tonight I'll put the kits up to make these because versus putting the beads back on my floor, I'm going to separate them into little bags. And the video that is coming out tonight or tomorrow, as soon as I get it edited, it will show me making one of these. So that way you will have a visual as well. But maybe we'll make another one with a different variety just to show as well. So I think you're going to be able to do it. I think it's going to be amazing. And I kind of show you how I do it. But if you see the layout of them, so I have another pack of these pendants. So there's 4 and literally they're all different. So there's that one. There's this one. I use it as the focal point. Do you see those little blingy bits? That one. And this one right here. So that'll be the 4th one. And then from there, yeah, so you got your center and then you have your other dangles. So I put a pearl. Well, I put a key on all of them because come on, we love keys and locks, you know. Can't hide what's inside. So we always put a key on there. I like that dangle. Then we've got this one right here. I put a star, the center, and then we've got our little seahorse and a pearl. So you can kind of follow that. But when it's on your arm, oh my gosh, how sweet that is, right? It's just, you can see on my bits. All my parts. I'm gonna clickety clackety parts. Okay. So, all right, I gotta go get that done. Enough talking about it. Now I gotta go get it done. Shaylin, how are you? It is so nice that you're on my live. Yeah, I'm on live at a different time today. So I'm seeing different faces. I mean, I go live 9:30 in the mornings typically. And I know that I do it before I open my store, so I have time to kind of like get in place and get my head. It's always a nice kickoff to my work day, but I know a lot of people are at work, so I thought it'd be cool to pop on today at a different time and say hello. Maybe I'll have to start doing that, kind of changing up my live times. But look for me daily live. Yeah, and we'll hang out. Oh, I like these too. See, there's like all kinds of charms. So, yeah, I love it. All right, well, I'm going to go play in this for a bit. I will see you guys again tomorrow. Take care. Watch for a video possibly coming up tonight. As soon as I get it edited, I will put up, and it is the making of these guys. But regardless, I will have kits and I will have these bracelets on Etsy today because tomorrow we'll do something else, you know? So onward and upward. Hey, Aunt Loretta, how are ya? Nice to see you too. Yeah, everybody's on here today. Well, I've got to get back to the shop, but I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye.